In this video, we're going to be taking a look at one of the most comfortable shoes I've run in all year. It's time to take a look at the New Balance More V5. Hello everybody and welcome to Fordy Runs. My name is Chris Ford and I'm a running and athletics coach based here in the UK. And when I'm not coaching runners, I'm making YouTube videos about running and running shoes. And today we're going to be talking about the New Balance More V5. And I'm going to tell you all the things I like, things I don't like about this new version of this max stacked monster. So how this video is going to work, we're going to do the stats and features because there's a lot going on here. Then we're going to do the things I like and things I don't like about the shoe. Then I'm going to wrap it all up at the end of the video and let you know whether you should buy this shoe or not. Okay team, so before we get into the stats and features, we've got two things to do. Number one, I want you all to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not done so already. And secondly, I need you to watch this disclaimer to cover my arse. Okay, with that out of the way, let's crack on with the stats and features. Okay, people, so the More V5 has received a makeover. We've got Fresh Foam X still in the shoe. This is a max stacked daily trainer, and it's also quite good for walking about in all day. So this shoe would work for those easy miles, some of those easy longer runs as well, but also I think for people who just like to have a comfortable shoe to walk about in, and also maybe if you're on your feet all day at work, this could also be a shoe to consider. Okay, so this V5 is £140 on the New Balance website. We've got 43 mil stack in the heel down to 39 at the front. That's a 4 mil drop. We've got the Fresh Foam X in here that's been tweaked and played with. The geometries have been played around with as well. I'll come on to that. But this is, I believe, the same foam that's in the 1080 version 13. We've got a new seamless upper on the shoe. We've got ground contact outsole, which features this strategically placed rubber. I'll show you that in just a second. The shoe comes in a wide option and doesn't feature a plate. It's 333 grams in my UK 10. They've increased the width of the shoe overall to help with the stability of the shoe. And that's probably about it. Okay, team, so let's dive into the shoe. So firstly, let's start with the upper, right? So this is this seamless new upper on it, right? See that? Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? There we go. Nice upper. It's comfortable, but it is warm, and I'll come on to that in just a sec. Okay, so like I said, we've got Fresh Foam X in this shoe. This is a big slab of it, and I believe it is the same stuff that's in the 1080 version 13. It is very soft, but the good thing is it's not actually massively unstable. The tongue is gusseted, and the heel and the collar area are nicely padded to give you that comfort. So there's the rubber on the outsole that's been placed. I think it works extremely well, actually, the rubber on this shoe, because what that does with the increased width, that does help in terms of the stability of the shoe as well, because if you think about the stack height of it, this could be massively unstable, but surprisingly it's not. So like I said, they played around with the geometry of the shoe. I think it's a lot smoother and a lot more forgiving than previous models. I like the way they sort of cut out the back here. I think that will really help anybody who's a heel striker. Look at that there. But yeah, overall, the ride of the Fresh Foam X is a really pleasurable and comfortable experience. Now, this shoe is built for comfort and it does tick that box. Lockdown is fine, no problems there. Now, like I said in the stats and features, you do come in a wide option. This is a UK 10 for me. If you're new to the channel, I always go for a UK 10 in New Balance shoes. That's just me, but be aware of it, okay? So I always go up half a size in New Balance shoes. Now, that could just be something I do, but just be aware of it if you're thinking about getting the shoe. And lastly, shoes, I think this sort of goes up against. You've got the Nimbus 26 from Asics. You've got the Bondi 8. I don't think 9's out yet. You could probably go against the Mag Max, and I'll come on to that in just a bit. So those big max stack daily trainers that are built for comfort, okay? These are the shoes that, you know, you're not looking to put paces in or anything like that. These are these big max stacked, cushioned, comfortable daily trainers. Now, I was surprised on foot that it didn't feel as heavy that it is. 333 grams is heavy, but all of these sort of max stack shoes are heavy, which is why I'm not a huge fan of them. But it felt surprisingly lighter on foot and running in it than it does on the scales. It feels smooth, the transitions are nice in it, and yeah, it's just comfortable, people. It really is comfortable. Now, with regards to the Mag Max, which I am a huge fan of, I think that's a shoe that actually you can do a little bit more pace work in. This is a shoe that sort of goes more towards walking, where the Mag Max is a max stack shoe that goes towards sort of more, well, running. because I think this is a shoe that will appeal to a lot of people, which is a good thing, by the way. I think this will appeal to walkers, people who want to wear a very comfortable shoe all day and then do some running. You can do the easy runs in it, you can do longer runs in it, but slow. But it is a little bit more towards that sort of walking part, where I think the Mag Max and Puma is a little bit more runnable. So for example, in the Mag Max, I've, done like 8-minute miles in the shoe. 8-minute miles in this shoe is not very enjoyable. You see where I'm going with that? But this is very, very enjoyable at sort of 9 to 10-minute miles for me. And 10-minute miles is very slow. Just to give you some idea in terms of my paces. Yeah, my easy pace at the moment is about 9-minute miles. And at 9-minute miles, I'm loving life. Okay, so that's a little bit about the shoe, the ride and that sort of stuff. Now, before we get into the likes and dislikes, let's talk about sort of a shoe rotation and where this could fit in. So like I said, as a standalone shoe, this is the easy, longer recovery run shoe. I think this is a shoe for anybody who does a lot of walking. This is a shoe for anybody who's on their feet all day and does a bit of running. I think if you're looking at it as a standalone shoe, that's where it sits. In terms of a rotation, I would have this shoe for my recovery days and some of those easy miles. I would then have something like the Brooks Hyperion Max 2 to sort of do that daily but slightly faster work. I can do a bit of goal pace working. I can do some of those faster long runs in. And then I'd have like a workout shoe like the Adidas SL2. And that would do my faster workouts, the faster pace efforts that I'm doing. I could even race in that. So that's like probably a good 3 shoe rotation where this would work well. Okay, so let's move on to the things I like. I like the price. I like the feel of the shoe. I like the fun. I like the outsole. I like that this is better than version 4. I like that it feels lighter than it does on the scales. I like the fact that this offers wide options. And I like the fact that you can just be in this shoe all day. And like I said, I like £140. For a shoe that you can like wear to work, if you get like the black colourway, you can wear it to work and then go and do some running in. I think that offers value. Okay, things I don't like. I don't like the upper. I said it earlier, it's too warm. It's just that little bit too thick. And it's the same with the tongue. The tongue's just that little bit too thick for me. I just think there's a little bit more heat here than I need. Obviously, I don't like the weight. Now, you can't get away with that with these shoes. I appreciate that these shoes are big and heavy. It's one of those things. But as a sort of personal opinion, that's why I kind of stay away from these Max Stack shoes, because I don't particularly like heavier shoes. And that's probably about it, really. There's really not much to dislike here. Now, I do think that this is a selective kind of audience, yeah? You've got to be a certain individual to go after this shoe over something like the 1080. For me personally, I'd rather run in the 1080 version 14. The lower stack in that just works better for me. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Max Stack shoes. But don't get me wrong, I really like this shoe. For easy, comfortable recovery miles, this is a dream. But if you want a more runnable option, then you go for the 1080 version 14. So yes, to conclude, I really like version 5. I think this is a huge improvement versus the previous version. I like what they've done with the foam. I like what they've done with the stack height. I like what they've done with the geometry. I like the comfort. I like the fact that I can just cruise about in this shoe at 9-minute miles and love life. You're getting a very good shoe at £140 here. So there we go, people. I really like the More V5. It's just one of those great recovery, easy mile shoes for me that slots into the rotation. I'm not looking to put any pace through this shoe. This is the shoe that I would go, you know what? I'm feeling really tired today. I just want a really easy ride. And this is a shoe that I will pull out. So for example, double run day. I've got, 9 miles in the evening at club. I'm going to do 3 miles, 4 miles in the day that I just want to do nice, easy pace. I just want to run along and listen to some Luke Combs. This is the shoe that I'm putting on to do that. So there we go. Let me know in the comments, have you got V5? Or maybe do you go for sort of Max Stacked shoes? Let me know. I'll be very interested to know. And if you do, what's your preference? Now, if I had to choose between this and the Mag Max, I'd probably go with the Mag Max because it's more versatile, because you can do a little bit more pace work in it, but they're both equally very good shoes. I think they will appeal actually to slightly different people. So there we go, people. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave me today, and I shall catch you all later.